Hello boys and girls of K3, I hope you're ready to start learning for today. Today is Tuesday the 13th of April 2021 and today is the last day for our learning for this week because next up is Khmer New Year, so happy Khmer New Year everybody. I may not be able to see you during that time, but I hope everyone stays safe. Make sure you keep your masks on, keep your hands clean and enjoy your holiday time. Okay, but other than that, let's start today's lesson. Today we're doing the silent H. Now we've been doing many silent letters so far. Silent B, where we know the rules with MB. Silent K, where we know the rules with KN. And we still have another silent letter to do next week as well. But today let's introduce you to the silent H. Alright, so here are your rules for using the silent H. When we are looking at the word, and it does not matter where, when we look at the word, if it has the letters together, CH, GH, or RH, CH, GH, RH, CH, GH, RH, if anywhere in the word, not the front, not the back, not the middle, anywhere, if we can see these two words together, it normally makes the silent H sound. Okay, so let's talk about them. We'll speak about this one last because he's the trickiest. So I'll start at the bottom and work my way up. RH. So when we see the words RH, over here I have them in the front, RH. We know this word already. We did it last week, rhyme. Do you remember rhyming words? Words that sound the same are words that rhyme. I make a rhyme every time. I'm a poet, but I don't know it. Okay, when we have words that sound the same, they rhyme. Okay, but we know that one already. Let's look at the GH one. Again, before I go to GH, do you see what I say? Rhyme. We do not say r, h, ein. Okay, the H becomes silent and we say it like it's not there. R, ein, rhyme. Remember I told you last time if we see Y blank E, it works the same as I blank E and it makes the long I sound. Okay, next one we've got GH and I've got it here in the beginning, G-H-O-S-T. Do you know this word? It's a ghost. You know a ghost, boys and girls? Some spooky, scary little thing that'll chase you around at night and he screams and he shouts with his scary mouth. Okay, a ghost. Scary things that can go through walls. We know ghosts. We've done this word many times. But what we didn't think about is the rules for the silent H. Why do we not make the sound? Ghost. What's a ghost? Okay, the H becomes silent and we do not hear it. It's a ghost. G-O-S-T. Ghost. Easy peasy. Alright. And let's look at the last one. We know this word as well. School. Now be careful with this one, boys and girls. CH. If it is in the front of the word over here, the first two letters, remember the CH makes the blend ch. Ch. Like chewing gum. Alright, we've done letter CH before in K2, so you should know that one already by now. But when we see it in the middle of the word, that is when the H becomes silent. This is the only one that's a little bit tricky, so be careful for CH. Okay, sometimes we make the ch sound, and sometimes we just make the k sound for the letter C. It's a hard C sound. Okay, so here's my CH, school, start with S, C-H-O-O-L, school. We do not say school, already it sounds wrong. The H becomes silent to make our lives easier when speaking, and we just say school. Easy, right, boys and girls? So these are the general rules that we follow. CH, GH, RH, CH, GH, RH. Okay, and normally it does not matter where in the word we see them except for him. If we see him in the front, ch sound. If we see him in the middle, it makes the k sound. Now, boys and girls, there's something that makes life a little bit trickier with the silent H, is that there's more rules to it. This is what we call an exception to the rules. They follow all the rules except these words. Okay, these are exceptions, which means they are different because they don't follow the rules, but they still have a silent H. Can you see them? Let's look at the words first. Air. Okay, this is a tricky one. I'm going to speak about him last. Air. The H is silent. We do not hear it. Honest. Honest. We do not say honest. This H becomes silent. We sound the first letter that we hear. Ah for octopus. Honest. Okay, when somebody's honest, means they're telling the truth. They are not lying. They are honest. They're good people. Okay, the next one is herb. We do not say herb. Herb is actually the name for a boy, so be careful in America. An herb, again, we hide the H. The first sound we hear is the eh sound. The phonics for eh. Herb. Alright, that's nice and easy. An herb is a type of plant that we use for cooking. We have many different types of herbs like thyme and rosemary and basil and so many thousands of others that teacher doesn't even know. And we use them when we put them in soups and all different types of cooking when we make our food. Herbs help to give us the flavor, almost like pepper when we give it that flavor. Herbs come from a plant, and plants that we put in just for the flavor, not to eat, just for the flavor. Okay, and the last one, hour. You guys know the time, boys and girls. We have seconds, we have minutes, we have hours. And again, we do not say the first sound, we do not say hour. Okay, it's almost like we're just saying the word hour. This is our classroom. This hour is the time that we study. It can be a little bit tricky, and when we get into like grade 8 and grade 9, you'll learn a little bit more about homonyms, words that sound the same but mean different things, because English can be tricky. For now, I just need you to remember the basic rules for CH, GH, RH. Okay? And remember, there's 4 exceptions to the rules: air, honest, herb, hour. We do not say the H sound. So I'm going to put a little X here so you can remember. Air, honest, herb, hour. Okay, remember them. When you see them, that's when you know you're going to see these words a few more times in grade 1. So hopefully if you see them, you can remember we do not say the H sound. Our main vocabulary for today, boys and girls, we're actually only going to be focusing on 4 words. Alright? Teacher's going to try his best to find a video that'll help explain air nicely, but I will do my best today. So normal words, we have the CH here. School, school, easy. Rhyme, remember the H is silent. RH. Y blank E makes a long I sound. Okay, so it's a I. Remember I blank E? The E becomes a ninja, and we cannot hear him. So the only sounds we hear are 3 letters. The I, rhyme. That should be easy enough. We've run this word before, but let me erase it before we get too confused. Bye-bye, my little ninja. Okay, the next one again, these are 2 of our exception words. They do not have them in. Hour, remember? What hour or how many hours have we been studying English each week? Many hours. Okay, we have seconds, we have minutes, we have hours. You've done this before in mathematics class, and I hope you remember it because I can still see on the wall everybody's names are still there. So I hope you remember what an hour is. Okay, let me just make sure my camera is fixed again. And bingo bango. All right, school, rhyme, hour, air. Okay, so air, boys and girls, that is the tricky one. We're not talking about the air that we breathe. Air we spell A-I-R. This is the air that we breathe, the oxygen that comes into our lungs. Okay, big spelling in air, but they sound the same. So just be careful when we read it, we know what it means. The word air we only really use when we're speaking about kings and queens, princes and princesses. Okay, so if a country has a king and he gets married and he has a baby boy, that boy one day is going to grow up and he's going to do the job of the king. He will be the new king one day when the old king retires and he stops working. So when the old king is tired and he's finished working, he wants to rest, then he's going to relax at home and the prince becomes the new king. The prince is the heir to the throne. It means it belongs to him from his family. Okay, the same thing applies to a queen or a princess. So if we have a queen for our country, I'm saying only a king or only a queen. If a country only has a queen and she has a princess, like she gets married and then has a baby girl and the little girl changes to a princess, the princess grows up one day, the queen wants to rest at home because she's worked very hard, so then the princess changes to the new queen. The princess is the heir to the throne. It basically means they're going to inherit it. It belongs to them from their parents. And really only works with kings and queens, princes and princesses. Boys and girls, it does not work with kings and princes only, and queens and princesses only. Sometimes we have a king and a queen with a prince and a princess. Okay, only one can be the heir to the throne, because they will take over as king and get married to a new queen. The heir is the person who inherited it. It belongs to them because it belonged to their daddy, and it belonged to their daddy, and it belonged to their daddy, or it belonged to their mommy, and their mommy, and their mommy. Okay, the heir to the throne means, so in your sentences later, boys and girls, you will read one that says, Prince Henry is the blank to the throne. So if he's a prince, that means he's going to change to a king one day, and that means he is the heir to the throne. He's going to inherit the throne. The throne is where the king sits, where the queen sits, where they rule with their crown and things like that. So make sure that you know and remember what an heir is. We don't use this too many times in English, so we're not going to waste too much time on it. But if you see the word, make sure you understand that that's what it means. Last thing, boys and girls, let's practice saying the words together out loud. Make sure that everybody can hear you. Remember the rules, teacher first and you second. All right, let's begin. School. 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 Very good. Let's do the next one. Rhyme. Remember the sounds? R, I, M. Finish on the M sound. Rhyme. Rhyme. One more time. Rhyme. Very good. Last two, let's keep going. Hour. 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 Good. And the last one, heir. Heir. Heir to the throne. Okay, more likely than not, whenever we see the word heir, it will have the words throne in it somewhere because they belong to the crown, the throne. They're taking it next. All right, I'm distracting too much. I'm going to try my best to see if I can find a quick video on YouTube to help us explain these words a little bit easier. But mostly, you know you know it. So there's just one new word, and he's a bit tricky, but teacher will try his best. Alright, that brings us to the end of today's lesson, boys and girls. I hope you've had fun, and I'll see you in the next video after Khmer New Year. So enjoy your long break, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye!